Good afternoon, everyone. This is Salome B here, and I want to talk to you all about Monique, Chris Rock, and Dave Chappelle. Now, we know Monique is asking everyone to boycott next Netflix for gender bias and color bias because they offered Monique a $500,000 sign-on bonus with Netflix for a comedy skit, I guess, segment. And Monique referred to them or let them know that Amy Shumer had got 13 million. Dave Chappelle has like 20 million. And Chris Rock has got like 8 or 9 million. He might have more than Dave Chappelle. I don't have the numbers. But she asked a question, why am I getting lesser than them? And they talked about things on resumes that they use for actors and whoever else is going to get a Netflix segment. And they didn't give her any answers. They just said, this is what Amy Shumer did. She sold out Madison Square Garden. She's done a movie. And Monique proceeded to give them her resume. And she wanted to just ask, why am I getting something different? Then now Wanda Sykes comes out and she defends Monique because they offered her $250,000, which in the South you can get a house about that amount, $250,000. You can buy a house straight up for that amount here in the South. Monique turned it down, and I understand where she's coming from. But if Monique was an investor, a real estate investor, she could have brought 2 houses and kept it moving. And if Netflix did not like the segment, we part our ways and there's nothing else. But more than likely, they would have liked the segment because Monique is a hot comedian. And I've heard some people say that you need to be reintroduced to the new public because we're dealing with diversity here. We have people coming from other countries. You're going to have to reintroduce yourself to the youth that are coming here from other countries, people that are migrating. And she was not looking at it like that. She was looking at what Dave Chappelle has, what Chris Rock has, what Amy Shumer has. And that is questionable. That's a good thing that Monique brought up about us needing to understand if we take a low ball, somebody's lowballing us and we take it, then that sets a precedence for other comedians. So the difference between Monique and Dave Chappelle. Okay, Dave Chappelle had to walk away before he could get that $1 million or $10 million or whatever Dave Chappelle is getting. He had to walk away in order to get that. Y'all remember when Dave Chappelle walked away because they were trying to get him to wear dresses and things like that, and he was not offered. He didn't want to take that because what would other comics get if he would have took putting on a dress? And there's a reason why a lot of comedians today, like Dave Chappelle and them, do not mention Martin Lawrence. They don't really mention Jamie Foxx like that because they put on dresses. So Dave Chappelle walked away, went to Africa, and they were giving him large amounts of money. And now Monique is faced with that same problem, taking something over your morals. Now, this is different from Monique because when you take something from Netflix over your own morals, they really are not asking you to do something that's uncomfortable. They're saying either you take 5,000, this is what we have to offer, that's it. Now, if she was an investor, it wouldn't be seen as a bad option. If she was an investor, a real estate investor, she could have bought 2 houses with that $500,000 and put some people in it, and that would have doubled your money. By the time you put your money into something like that, by the time, what if Netflix goes out of business? Those 2 homes that you got from them, they will be here forever, and Netflix will be gone. So if she was an investor, I would have took it, if I was an investor. But, that's my opinion. For Monique, I understand with comedians and you're working like Dave Chappelle had to do, you got to walk away with nothing and to get the better offers. And if that's a low blow or a low ball to her or to anyone, I can see. But looking at it from an investment eye, I would have took that $500,000 and I'd have came to the South somewhere, bought me 2 houses, found me some residents to go in those homes, and I would have me some money. Or I would take the houses, rent them out and if it's near like a commercial highway, I wouldn't even rent them out too long, because if a business say somebody wants to build a Walmart and you got some homes on that space, they will offer you whatever for that to get, and then money is just a vehicle. If you could take it and move it, it's good. That's what I'm trying to explain. So I can see what Monique is doing, but if she was an investor, she could do it. But her and Dave Chappelle's situation are totally different. They're kind of different in my perspective, but I understand what she's saying. If I take this small amount of money, what else would you offer? How far would you go down? And you're saying I'm not worth what he's getting. So it's just all about who's getting what. But in an investment mindset, you would actually go with the better idea. If you're trying to buy neighborhoods and stuff like that, and you're trying to, see something big, you could use that money and transfer it into something that makes money for you, a passive income. Because right now, what Monique is doing is she is an active, her income is active by going, as a comedian, you're going out on the road and you're going to clubs and stuff like that. That's, that's something that doesn't get paid as much, and you got to work hard. But you got to be able to win people over as well. So I'm just saying, if she was an investor, that would be good. I would have took the $500,000. But also on the flip side, when you are doing something like Monique is doing, you got to make sure you negotiate your worth. So if she had a set amount that she would take if she got a Netflix deal or whatever, she should have negotiated it. But Netflix was not willing to negotiate, so I understand that too. That's why I said you could ask and say, is this the lowest y'all go, or what is the highest amount that you all go? And if they say all we're willing to give you is $500, hey, use that as a form of advertisement to get bigger offers. But I can see both sides of the story, so I don't have no one decision about this situation because it could go either way. It could go either way. Because like I said, if you're an investor, you'll take that little bit of money and you'll make that money make you some money. It's just like putting money in the bank and letting them pay interest on it. It'll just sit there and it's just making money. So by the time you retire or whatever, you have double the net worth of that $500,000. If she put it in an annuity and let it sit for like 4 or 5 years, and let's say they let's say in interest your annuity earns $1,000 a year. You know how much money that is in 5 years? It doubles. So I can look at it from an investment standpoint. But leave your comments down in the section. Let me know what you would have done. Salome B. Have a nice day.